Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to talk about carbohydrate fermentation. So, this is a test which is used to differentiate bacteria on the basis of their ability to ferment specific sugars. Now, fermentation is a metabolic process in which bacteria uses sugars to generate energy, and they give off some of the byproducts. So those products can be the production of acid and some other like gases or alcohols. So that can be taken as the principle that fermentation of sugar results in the production of acid and products, the gases or alcohols, and the presence of acid then can be further detected by phenol red indicator, which is present in the media and which is red at neutral pH, and when the medium has turned acidic due to the production of acids after the fermentation of sugar, this red media changes its color into yellow, and hence we will identify that the carbohydrate has been fermented in this way. So this is taken as the principle of this test. If any organism which produces gas, that is either carbon dioxide or a mixture of hydrogen and carbon dioxide, it can be detected by bubble formation in Durham's tube. So the reagents or the materials that we require for carbohydrate fermentation, first of all we require nutrient broth medium, which is specific for all of these four sugars. One having glucose, one having sucrose, one having lactose, and one having maltose. That means we have four of these tubes. Then indicator which is present in the medium, the phenol red indicator or the Andrade's indicator. And then Durham's tube, which is actually a minute tube that you can see here. These tubes which are inverted in the bigger tubes. These are actually the Durham's tube. And bacterial culture, of course, the culture or the test organism that we require and that we require for the testing. Okay, so now coming up to the procedure. First of all, we need to take 4 test tubes that contain 4 different types of sugar broth and invert a Durham's tube in it and screw cap the tubes. So as you can see here, we are going to take 4 tubes which have the nutrient broth mediums of each of these sugars, 4 having one of glucose, sucrose, lactose and maltose. And then we are going to invert a Durham's tube in it and screw cap the tubes. Inverted tubes here, and then we are going to screw cap them with these. Okay, then we are going to inoculate the organism aseptically in all 4 sugar tubes. The next step is that the test organism that we are taking in this practical, we're going to inoculate it into these test tubes separately, and we need to take aseptic measures again, all the sterilization of the inoculating loop and furthermore, so that we don't decontaminate any of these tubes. After that, we are going to incubate these tubes at 37 degrees Celsius for 24 hours, and after this incubation we're going to look for the acid production, because acid production shows that the carbohydrate has been fermented, and the acid production can be detected by, of course, the phenol red indicator, which will change the color from red to yellow, and then the results are noted. So how will we interpret the results? If we see that the acid production is possible or it's visible, that means that the broth has been turned into yellow. The reaction is considered to be positive, and that shows that the bacteria is capable of fermenting the provided sugar. Let's say, for example, here you can see that the total broth has been turned into yellow, including the Durham's tube. That shows that the carbohydrate has been fermented and acid has been produced, and this acid is detected by phenol red indicator as it changed its color in acidic environment into yellow. So that means the test is positive. We indicate it with A. And for, let's say, if we had a medium of sucrose, and if the microorganism has given the positive test, it means that the microorganism has the capability of fermenting sucrose. And if it's for lactose or maltose or glucose, again we're going to interpret the results in the same way. Then the broth remains red. The second option is that if the broth remains red, it means that no acid has been formed and the reaction is considered as negative. So in this case, you can see that if the color hasn't been changed into yellow and it's still red, that means the carbohydrate is not fermented and the acid production is not visible. That means that microorganism is not capable of fermenting that sugar, and the test is negative. Then gas production, bubble present at the top of the Durham's tube, that is considered to be positive. As you can see here in this tube, we can see that there is a space at the top of the Durham's tube. This shows that the gas bubble is present and gas has been produced. So that shows that the organism is capable of producing gas along with the fermentation of the carbohydrate, as the color has also been changed to yellow. So A for acid / G for gas. So that is how you're going to interpret the results. And if no bubble is present, that means that it was negative for the gas production and no gas was produced. So coming up to some of the examples, considering that what organisms are these carbohydrate fermenters. So for glucose fermenters, we have E. coli, Salmonella, Enterobacter, Shigella. Lactose fermenter organisms include E. coli, Klebsiella, Citrobacter. Maltose fermenter organisms include Neisseria. And sucrose fermenter organisms have Klebsiella, Proteus, and Vibrio. Gas producing organisms include E. coli, Klebsiella, Citrobacter, Enterobacter, Salmonella, Paratyphi, and Typhi. Then we have H2S producing organisms, Proteus, Salmonella typhi, and Citrobacter.